What's going on, everybody? I know it sounds or it looks weird to actually have me just on a spontaneous whim, but I have a lot to say right now. Let me let me make sure that I'm on all the proper channels. Let's see here. How y'all doing out there? I was going to do a Facebook Live, but I decided, honestly, to go on a couple of my channels, including YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, you can watch this on, oh yeah, cool, I'm on there. If you're on YouTube, you can watch this. Oh, let's put it public. On This Is Insane show, the This Is Insane News. And I won't be on here too long. I just, I got a lot going on. And I would like to share that, as well as a couple of things that happened recently that I kind of want to discuss. And please forgive me, because I am getting ready to move, and it's a lot. So I have on like a really wrinkled shirt. I had spilled some coffee earlier when I went running errands, and I just threw this on. And I just got a little bare face, and I'm just doing me today. But I did put some earrings on for you guys. But okay, let's get started, shall we? One is, I do want to thank everybody who actually has subscribed to any of the podcast shows. I want to thank everybody who actually engages, who shares it on their pages. That speaks volumes, and it speaks to who you are as a person and how supportive you are of other people. And that's what I look at. Like, I look at, when I'm on social media, I look at how people move on social media as to how they treat others on there. If they're selfish, self-centered, narcissistic. And because I am really big at feeling energies and feeling vibes, because I'm a very spiritual woman. I'm a very spiritual woman. So those things are very important to me. And social media I would say at least 70% of the people on there have some really strong narcissistic tendencies. And I just look at it and I just shake my head, and I'm just like, wow, some people expect so much from others, but not give them the same courtesy on there. And I'm talking about business. There's a select few people who I actually like engage with on a personal level on there, but my strategy and plan for social media, especially Facebook, because I haven't really been focused on any of my other pages at this time, is really solely to promote and to learn this podcasting thing so I could take it to the next level and actually try to get on different platforms such as Spotify, or an actual big podcasting platform, or Apple or something like that. So I do have a strategy, and hopefully I'll be able to take followers with me, bring people over, employ people in the future. Like I have this whole game plan because I am very passionate about this. This is something that I am really striving to learn and really striving to do. And I take it extremely seriously. Um, but, it is still a pastime because I'm not getting paid from it. I'm just focusing on trying to learn things. And I'm taking classes now for editing and different things like that because I really want to be a producer of the show. I want to be in the background and I want to find talent and I want to have them in the forefront and I want them to be the ones that actually like be able to express themselves through their creativity when it comes to them being on the platform. So hopefully in the future that I'll be able to find talent and find people who actually want to um, support and be a part of what I'm building over here and be serious. And also, of course, I have my clothing store. Uh, this line is lit that I just pretty much started because of the fact that I had to let go of Word Life Apparel. And that's what I want to talk about because I just had a show with some old friends of mine that have a successful marriage and they've been through a lot of ups and downs. And one of the things that they discussed was loss. And one of the things that my girl Renetta said was, a lot of people look at us and be like, y'all the comeback kids because they always bounce back in whatever they do when they take a L. And when I heard that, it resonated with me because that is exactly how I am. That is exactly, uh, how my situation is right now. And I decided to be transparent. And my transparency is that, I took a loss when I had to give up my business, when I had to give up Word Life Apparel, because that was at least some income that was coming into my that was coming in and I was putting it back and I was able to kind of just continue to try to put that back in the business. And I didn't have to use any of my other monies from my full-time job to make that work. But unfortunately, due to some legalities, I had to let that go. So I'm starting over. And that's not easy. Anybody in business know that's not easy. That it was a hard thing. And people don't I don't show everybody, that. I just try to just suck it up and just keep it going. And yeah, and so I just want people to know that being in business is not easy, but it is, when you're doing something that you love and doing something for yourself, it is one of the most rewarding feelings ever. And stick to it. If you out there depressed, if you out there like mentally like exhausted because you feel like you got to start at square one, I'm uprooting all over again as a woman that is over 50 years old. Um, so that is not easy, but it's necessary. And I prayed on it and I have faith and I know that God is going to be with me every step of the way. Um, and I don't have a large support team. I do have people that, I can talk to very, very on one hand, by the way, on one hand, okay? But I do have people. So, I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so I'm moving to North Carolina, to Charlotte, North Carolina. And and I've that's one thing about me. I'm very spontaneous sometimes, or I'll pick up and move for opportunities or for, different things, or if I see that there's a lack of opportunities in the environment that I'm in and I want something better, I will research and I will go and do what I got to do to try to succeed. And that's really hard for a lot of people because some people are comfortable, some people set in their ways, some people, are very attached to how people perceive them and look at them, that it would be extremely hard for them to just pick up. And because of the fact that I am a lone wolf, I have been a lone wolf for a very long time, but I love people. But I am very comfortable in being by myself, and that could be a blessing and a curse. I cannot lie, okay? Because I will be honest, I haven't had one date in all the years that I have lived in California. I haven't had one date. Okay, I'll say since I've been in Southern California. I haven't had one date. And I've been in Southern California for I think since probably 2016 or even beforehand. So it's been a long time, but I almost dated somebody and come to find out that person was an atheist and I am a Christian. So we definitely didn't have any similar moral values. Our values and beliefs were different. So it was, and I'm dating with intentionality. So it wasn't no reason for me to even try. But at the end of the day, I I'm just on here. This is, like I said, a spontaneous show today because I wanted to do a live, but my signal is jacked up. So I said, you know what? They gonna come and get the Aunt Jemima looking Nessa today. I don't care, but God was planning this in my heart for me to get on here and to talk and um and to be a little more transparent about some things so that this can make other people feel good. And whoever is like kind of on that same wavelength as far as uprooting themselves or coming back, or falling off and taking an L, and then now they trying to get the W, whatever it may be that you are going through. I just want you to know that trust and believe. I am either in it or it has happened to me. But so a couple of things, that I also wanted to share, and I'm better now because I was really kind of upset earlier. And this is why I don't like talking to a lot of people. I don't like, I be trying, I be trying, a lot of people be thinking I'm guarded, but I'm not guarded. I'm just really particular and picky about who I choose to be around because my energy is so, like, I'm a very sensitive person, so I pick up on a lot. And somebody this is where the messiness comes in. And I want to share this with you guys. And matter of fact, because now I'm calm now. I want to let all of the women, all of my sisters out there who have actually been through things in their life, like who literally either went to prison. I know women that have been to prison for years. I know women that have been pretty much queen pins, or that's all they know is the streets. I know women that's been in gangs. I know women that, I know all different type of women. I know women that have degrees. I just know a lot of different women. But the woman that I want to talk about today is a woman that have been put to the wayside or that have been overlooked because of her past, or have been ridiculed, um, or not valued as a person, but they still work extremely hard to try to change their life. Those are the women that I want to share this with, because of the fact that there is still people that judge me from my past. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because now that I'm back on social media consistently, a lot of the people from that know me, um, and yeah, I hustled, and even in different states that I moved to until, honestly, when I moved to California, I'm gonna say Southern California. I tried in Northern California, but I tried, but freshness was coming out. I ain't gonna even lie. But when I got to Southern California, honestly, I said to myself, you know what? I'm changing. And one reason why I changed, like wholeheartedly changed, like gave it all up, everything, was because I still was hustling a little bit in Northern California. I was hustling a little in Chicago. So everywhere I lived, I still had that street mentality kind of. But it wasn't until actually I moved here. So I do want to thank SoCal for helping me to be consistent in changing my life. A friend of mine, I had just got my job as a regional manager, and I had to come and pretty much do my full interview and everything. So I was in a hotel for the weekend, and I was living in Northern California at the time. And this was a guy that I was extremely close to. He actually was like a brother to me. He did try to date me at first, but it was not going to happen. He was extremely too young, and plus, I wasn't interested. But we had a very great chemistry, and he was one of my biggest protectors. In when I was living in the Bay, and he was a big drug dealer. Um, and so he had a lot of plug and everything, and so he made sure that he protected me as a person, because he knew I was by myself in a city that I didn't really know nobody in. And he also protected my team. He protected our store. He just was a great person, and I met a lot of different people because of him that actually I wind up befriending. And when I got my job, uh, and I was in a hotel, he called me and he was excited for me. And of course, he wanted me to get the latest Jordans for him that had just came out, and was like, come on, I got you when you come back. I'm like, okay. Um, and his best friend wind up calling me later that night, not even like 2 or 3 hours, and was like, Mike had passed away. Someone had killed him. And you know, that right there hurt me to the core. And it also made me look at my life differently. And I just want to, say rest in peace, Skinny Mike. Everyone loved him, entire crew. But we did say we loved each other at the end of the conversation too, because we were that close. And that pained me. You know what I'm saying? And that changed me. That changed the dynamic of how I moved and operated for the rest of my days, even now. And there's women that I know that have suffered a lot of loss, that have been through a lot of different things. And I'm one of them. And we still get judged. We still get looked at as somebody less than in society, when we even transfer our life and show that we are in a better place and space, even in our in our lives and in our heart and in our spirit. And I feel like that's wrong. And I feel like as in the Black community, we have to do better. We have to stop being so hard on one another when it comes to how we look at each other, how we look at like even the leadership that we even have in our communities. We have to give more grace. And an example is somebody said something, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I thought I was over it, but somebody said something about my job, you know, because I'm in retail. And one thing that I can say is when people look at someone in retail, they think that that's like a job that's like super humble and that's a minimal job. It's like not a successful job. You know, they look at that way. Majority of the people do. They judge people in retail. They judge waitresses. They judge, you know, security guards. So I'm one of them ones that's getting judged for being in retail. And someone was just like, you know, older people that I kind of like knew from my childhood or whatever. And someone was like, she in retail, you know, like, okay, okay, I'm in retail. Um, could I have went to college? Could I have changed my life and did something different? Yes. Actually, my grandparents had saved up a college tuition for me to go to Grambling. But the streets called me, and that's where I chose to go. And I made that decision, and I paid my debts to that, and I'm a different person. But people won't let you be different. That's one of the reasons why I run away from my hometown, because people won't let you be different. They won't let you just change. I never judge the people that have still, you know, that's still doing something that they were doing 10 years ago. I still love on them if their hearts is right, because I'm not the person that needs to be judging them. Will I pray for them? Yes. Will I talk about better opportunities? Yes. But I'm not going to judge them. We all have our different walk in this life and in this you know, in the direction we should be going. But I do want to say something to the people who think retail or any other job that may seem to just be a customer service job is a minimum job. I'm gonna tell you like this, and anybody that has been around me or anybody that has been in a season with me in my life know that it is very rare to find a woman from the streets that did not have a college degree to be able to manage stores that is a staff of 50, 60 people. Some stores I managed of over 100 people. Okay. I've been a regional manager, traveling, going, training, developing people that actually have degrees that are even older than me. And that's God. God did that. I know what it feels like to make a six-figure salary. I know what it feels like to, you know, have a strong 401k and investments and different things like that. And I know what it's like to have lost it all. But let me tell you something. Where I am in my life with where I stand and where I work it's because I wanted to. When I got laid off from my last job as a regional manager, and the owner of the company gave me a great letter of recommendation, I was able to get in Nordstrom and get into one of the top departments in the country. Okay. People, my coworkers, some of them make over 130,000 a year. Okay. I just happen to have a lot going on in my life. So I decided not to work to that detriment. And I have weekends off, my Wednesdays off to do my podcast, to do my studies, because I wanted a quality of life this time. I have given so much to retail, to hustling, to whatever it was for so long. I have sacrificed not having children, not having a man for so long that I decided money wasn't everything. The bag is not everything. I wanted to do something I wanted to do and balance my life. And yes, people see me, oh, she work in retail. How's she affording this and how's she affording that? The people around me, my coworkers, know that I am not a materialistic person. People look at me up and down. I might have on a sweatsuit and a pair of Crocs, and I can tell them everything that they wearing. A high-end person that might be shunning me and turning their nose up at me. I can tell when a woman bag is fake and she's trying to perceive something that she's not. I can walk up to a person and tell her exactly how much her bag is and what it is and why it was made. And I can wear a pair of Crocs and a sweatshirt, okay, and some sweatpants and be comfortable in my own skin. This world has gotten to the place that everything is so materialistic. This world has gotten into the place where social media, the clout, the bag, all of that is all that matters. I'm a traditional woman. I come from humble beginnings. I couldn't go outside unless I helped my mama cook. My grandparents had made me, I grew up that way. And I still hold on to those values in this world that is now at least 80% modern. That is not easy. But my jobs have been very modern because of the things that people like. The materialism, retail. I've been in the music business, entertainment, clothing, fashion for a very long time. So that is why I gravitated to those things, and at the end of the day, it's a passion of mine. So I'm fine with it. But I can tell you right now, if you was to look up how much luxury retail people in California make, it would blow your mind, because we make more than some of the police officers and other people that risk their lives every day on a daily basis. But I don't talk about that. I'm not bougie. I don't get on here and be discussing all of that. You barely even see me in half of the stuff that I got in my closet, which some of it was, you know, pennies to a dime, and people paying like $5,000-$6,000 for something I probably got for 300. Okay, so at the end of the day, the judgmental situations that we have in our community has got to stop. It is exhausting. If it was not for me really trying to be strategic and learn social media for business and try to connect with a very small few of people, I wouldn't even be on it. I'm not going to lie. Me and a friend, somebody that I really liked and care about, it turned me off when we went out to go hang out one time, me and her. And I will say this, she is an influencer. She is not on Facebook. She is on other platforms. And she wanted me to take some pictures of her. And I said, okay. So I took pictures. She literally got mad at me because I took a picture and I left her legs or something out. Cause I don't know, you know, but she was mad at me. And she was like, why you leave my legs out of the picture? And we went to go eat, and that's all she could think about. So after we go eat, we had to go to the same place that we left so she could get the best picture that she wanted. Dude, I was livid, but I was quiet because she literally had took me out. It was for my birthday. We had a great time at first, but that didn't sit well with me. And this is what I'm saying, like, we in a society now that it's all about the best shot, the side shot, the editing, the filters. And like any other woman now, I do want to look good. But to what extent is the bag all we this new engagement thing they got on Facebook? I can't even just say hi to nobody no more unless they say, okay, put a couple more words in the comments so I can get paid. We can't even have conversations and just be 100 no more. That's what I'm saying. What is happening? Some of my best moments on social media scrolling is seeing, child, if I see another birthday, oh my gosh, cousin Willie from my mama's side to the third power generation birthday. Now, if it's the close siblings and the different things like that, but y'all be having way too many people birthdays. They be coming out of the woodwork. Do you understand me? Like my timeline be full of people birthdays. I'm like, do they even know who this person is? But sorry for that rant, but I'm being 100% though. But at the end of the day, some of the best moments that I have is the funny moments. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out BT. I want to shout out Trony. Now I can't watch all Trony stuff sometime or Scuds. Listen now. But it's a lot of people on there that's just like Facebook comedians that I totally enjoy when I scroll, and they make me laugh and I can be in like the worst mood. I get that. And they engage with their audience. That's a brand, that's something. But just like different people that's just on there for the bag, and they just like, I'm not trying to stop nobody bag. I just don't want you to think that I don't want to support you. But I can't constantly be trying to put 10,000 words on your page. Just, like, why you just can't do natural, realistic things, authentic things, and just let the bag come to you. I thought that's how we were living, So I was extremely upset about the retail comment, but it's nothing beneath me. I have folded clothes and I have worked in laundromats, folded clothes, worked at strip clubs as a waitress, bartending, cleaning up behind nasty people at the end of the night, cleaning toilets. I have done it all as a person that wants the bag. I have never been ashamed of anything that I have done when it comes to hard work and dedication. Never. Now, have I hustled and did a couple things I shouldn't have done? Yes. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to stop, when it comes to trying to have integrity on how I get this money, especially now in my life. And I got comments. I just was talking. I didn't even know people were looking. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you guys for showing some love. All right now. Tara, it's called Old Money. You and I both recognize Old Money. Exactly. Anyone judging someone's character according to their career is immature. Absolutely. All right. Bust down. God is the greatest. Say it. Tell me it. Man, if you don't say that one more time, their opinion of you is not set in stone. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I did not know anybody was looking at this time. Yes, morals and values always. You know what I'm saying? It was just a couple of things, guys, that I just, I'm just talking right now. I'm just having a conversation. If you guys are watching and chiming in, I totally appreciate that. I just want to be transparent. I'm a different woman. God has totally changed my life. Um, I don't look at anything the same when it comes to what I used to do. And I have forgiven myself for that. I am in, I've gotten counseling because honestly, let's get on like relationship love thing. I have decided that I really don't want to bring any of my past baggage into anything that I'm trying to build with somebody because God has put me in this situation with not having a man for a very long time for a reason. Yes, I was in a situationship, um, but uh, my two engagements that I had didn't work out, and it was my fault. It was my fault because of the fact, and they, and congrats to them because they did wind up. One built a family, one I think is divorced, but at the end of the day, he found somebody else that made him happy. But at that time, I was just career oriented on every level, and I let a lot of my time, my life go past, and plus I still was back and forth in my spirit with battling things, battling, you know, who I used to be and who I was striving to want to be. And in all, like I said, the other states that I lived in, I'm not going to say the enemy was bringing people to me that shouldn't be in my life, but I was definitely tested. I was tested in environments, I was tested in friendships. And then, if I didn't have the hustle from my hometown of how I lived, it would have been extremely hard for me to survive in the places that I was living because I was like literally nobody was coming with me. I was by myself living in, some areas now, a couple rough areas until I got on my feet and was able to live in a better life. But it was all God. It was all God constantly protecting me, constantly protecting me. So um I wouldn't change my experiences for anything because it built a lot of character in me. And me now deciding to really like get this therapist and really like air out a lot of things so that when I get my husband, if I'm supposed to be married, it's gonna be forever. Like he ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. Listen, we not going nowhere. It is to death do us part. I totally believe in that. I believe in that because I seen it with my grandparents. I live with both sides of my grandparents. I live with my father's mother and his stepfather, and I lived with my mother's mother and father. And so I had the best of both worlds, being able to live with two different dynamics of how they are, you know. And both of my grandmothers, they both are very country women. So at the end of the day, um, there's a lot of different things that I'm pretty sure survival tactics, if I need, will come back in my spirit. But I just I just want you guys to know that we got to start giving each other grace. I'm like exhausted. I'm exhausted that I have to constantly prove myself. I'm exhausted that people still hold grudges from high school. I'm exhausted that people still think that I'm the same person that I was 30, 40 years ago. Learn me now. Want to be my friend as to who I am now. Respect who I am now. Like, especially with men, y'all got to start giving these women grace who have been through things. Stop saying she ran through. Stop saying she got too many kids. If you see her out there, even if she catching a bus, she got 3 kids, she going to school, she getting them off the school, she by herself, she done been to prison before, she trying to hold down a job. Y'all got to start giving grace to that. And the same with women. These men coming out of the iron gates, they might have to take a job, a humble job, until they can get on their feet and do the things they want to do, take some classes, and might not be where they are in life. Y'all got to start giving these men grace. It's too much of this influencing thing where people want to get the bag so quick now. Everything is so instant. People want to get the bag quick. They expect men to have it all, like, okay, listen now. If you courting me and you in your 50s like me, now you can't just be half stepping. Now I'm gonna tell you that. I'm really talking to these young girls out here. But no, I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, just general, it can't just be about the bag. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be, you got to instantly have P. Diddy money. And, you got Young Miami, or somebody who looking up to Young Miami. You got P. Diddy, and now every girl that looking like Young Miami want a P. Diddy. That's not real. Like this woman who just said she don't like Cheesecake Factory. I used to be a waitress at Cheesecake Factory. Can I tell y'all something? It's a lot of fresh food that they get imported. People don't even know that. Cheesecake Factory is the truth, and they're clean. And I used to be a waitress there. I know this. So what she mean that she too cute to go to Cheesecake Factory? Man, some of these high-end places that y'all be going to, Ocean Prime, uh, 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 Chow, I can't remember the name, but Maestros, all these different places, y'all better watch it, because sometimes y'all don't know what y'all be eating. Okay, let's keep that up, honey. So at the end of the day, let's really just work on trying to improve ourselves, build ourselves, and give each other grace. Like, stop talking about, like, we the only culture, have you noticed, that disrespects each other to the core. Like, we hit below the belt, and none of the men want to be held accountable. None of the women want to be held accountable. Then you got the kids running rampant. You got people scared of us in different countries because of propaganda and what they see on TV. And I work in a very diverse store. Well, I won't say very diverse. I'm actually the only Black woman in my department. But when I say diverse, I mean, like, on my floor, it's people from Asia, which is like China and India. Then you have people from Japan. You have Filipino. You have Caucasian. I have a mixture of people that I work with. Okay. And what I can say is, us having heart to heart sometimes, a lot of the people that come in from different countries that come to shop, they are extremely guarded and scared of black and brown people because of how we're portrayed in other countries. So keep that in mind, okay? But I'm gonna get off of here. I think I just said enough. I really was upset about the retail thing because how dare you? And I shouldn't have to prove myself. That's right, and that's true. But I'm speaking for everybody with a humble job. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at. Okay? It's what you do with the knowledge you get, it's what you do with the opportunities that come your way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. And the funny part is, yeah, that person, they went to college. We went to school together. They went to college and they probably got some degrees. They probably one of them ones that you got to constantly approach them with doctor or PhD this and that. Let me tell you, some of the biggest politicians, some of the biggest clients that I have, when I say that to them, oh hi mayor, or hi attorney general, or hi, not trying to, but they say don't, no, I'm not in the office. That's only when I am in the office. That's only when I am doing those duties that I need that title. You're fine. But people who want to be portrayed as something, you have to constantly say it. And I respect anybody that put in that time and that work and that dedication to get where they are on that level. Trust and believe. But do we really need people to have to approach us on a daily basis? If we at the corner market, they got to address you as doctor? I guess that's what some of my clients were saying. No, I'm only when I'm in the field, when I'm doing what I'm doing, address me as such, but you don't have to address me as that. Please address me as this. And I respect them for that. And these are people that hold high official positions. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm giving y'all a lot because I don't put a lot on social media about who I am, what I've done, who I work with. But the people, like I said, in those seasons, in those times, they know who I am. They know what I've done. They know where I work. They seen that. And, some people be like, well, I'm going to say it because you be too modest. Some of the biggest celebrities that's out there, I've helped them before they were even major. I used to work in recording studios in Atlanta. I could tell you about some of them and their character and how they are with people and how they're not with people and all of that before they even got their lucky break. But I don't be just all the time saying who I know and who I work for and what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about that. I just want people to love me, care for me, see what I'm doing. And, I build with them. And then when we have conversations or things come up at that present time, I might say, oh, yeah, I know this person. Or, yeah, I used to do this. Or, yeah, but I'm not just going to be having to just constantly be like, oh, yes, I know who, you know what I'm saying? No, that ain't me. Like I got on a wrinkled shirt right now, no lipstick. I know I'm looking rough, but I needed to look rough today because of the fact that I don't want you guys to see me in my work clothes or with lipstick on, because y'all know I love my red lipstick. Tara, if you out there, girl, you already know me and my Ruby Woo from Matt. But yeah, I just wanted to come full transparent and let you guys know that I love y'all. Everybody that really truly connects with me, everybody who, you know, is like 100. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want you to continue to ride with me. I want you to continue to support me. And my really my biggest goal is trying to be a producer, as a podcast producer, and bring talent, bring people together, build businesses, and of course continue to keep my retail store going. So those are things that I'm in the process of doing. And I better not forget now my Bible studies, okay? Because, you know, I do want to be somebody's counselor, more for youth, though, youth counselor. But thank you so much once again. This is Transparency 101. Transparency 102 will come one day, but it won't be soon. And because of the fact that I am in the process of moving and doing a lot right now, speaking of the shows will resume once I get settled. I will be settled in my job. November 5th, I will be visiting my family in Michigan. And I will be leaving October 23rd. I will be taking a little brief road trip along the way. And I will probably vlog the road trip, you know, little places or whatever. But that's about it. So once I get settled in NC, and then I'll restart my podcast. But we may have a power podcast. I will be talking to T to see if he will still be continuing while I'm out, you know, traveling. And if so, please be on the lookout for the power review. Okay. Thank you once again. Let's see who on here. Let's see who shows some love. Oh, shout out to my cousin Larry Kenya. Thank you. Hi, Scott. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. And y'all have a blessed night. All right. Love y'all and mean it. Bye.